Go to Genesis 49.
That's what it's all.
We're going to explain based on the conditions. You know what I mean by the conditions? Explain to me right now, in 2023, what's going on in Haiti?
2023?
Yeah, what's going on in Haiti right now?
Oh, like political races all the time.
No, okay, let's be more specific. Is there a lot of killing right now?
Yeah.
All right? Is there a lot of poverty right now?
Yeah.
Do our people got a lot of food over there in Haiti right now? They don't. Now, the Dominicans and the Haitians, do they get along right now? Do you know that's in the Bible? I want you to understand something before we read this. Haitians and the Dominicans. Where's I can't see it.
Third.
Right here. Haitians and the Dominicans. They live on the same island, right? Only thing that separates them is what? Language.
Yeah.
Creole and Spanish. Watch this. Read Genesis 49:1.
The book of Genesis chapter 49 verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
So Jacob is our forefather. His name was changed to Israel. So he's sitting down with these 12 sons and he said, look, come around. I want to tell you what's going to happen in the last days. It's 2023. The fact that you're asking, how do we know who you are? That's biblical prophecy. Because our forefather told us that he was going to have to remind us who we were in these last days. Now watch this. Give me Simeon and Levi.
The book of Genesis,
Just read it.
verse 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren.
You hear that? Read it again.
Simeon and Levi are brethren.
Why is our father having to tell two of our brothers that they are brothers? Do you know why he's saying that? Because the Haitians and the Dominicans right now, they hate each other. They think they different. The Dominicans think they better than the Haitians, and the Haitians think they better than the Dominicans. Although we the same people. Don't we all go through this? Didn't we all go through slavery? Didn't the French come to your island and conquer you, and you had to fight to get your own independence? Didn't the same thing happen to the Dominicans? So you got to understand, the conditions of our people today is how we know who we are. The Bible prophesied that Simeon and Levi, they would not like each other. But let's take it another step further. What kind of evil things do they practice in those islands?
What kind of?
Evil things do they practice in the island? You know what voodoo is?
Step this way, see what's on the street.
You know what Santeria? Brujeria?
Brother Junior, Levi.
Junior,
Yes, sir.
what's going on, bro?
What's up, man?
Hey, we going over. He asked a good question. What's your name again? Jerome? Jerome and Junior. Jerome asked a good question. He said, how do we know who the Levites are, the so-called Haitians? And what we just went over right now, in the land of Haiti in 2023, the Bible prophesied that Levi is the so-called Haitians, and Simeon, the so-called Dominicans, they would not know that they brothers. They would not know that historically they have the same father. Y'all standing next to each other today never knew that y'all came from the same people. God never called y'all God never called y'all Haitians. He called you Levi, Levi. That's your tribe in the Bible. Your people, your tribe, you know what your job used to be? The same thing I'm doing right now, you was doing that in all of the temples. Y'all was giving the law. Y'all was doing the sacrifices. So whenever we did wrong, all of these other tribes had to come to y'all and ask for forgiveness. And y'all would go make sacrifices to the Most High for us. But today, what are we doing in society? Keep reading on that. Simeon and Levi are brothers, because I was just asking him, why don't the Dominicans and the Haitians, why don't they get along? They think they're two different people, right? Speak two different languages, but yet the same color-skinned people came and did this to us, right? So we ain't too different. And our Hispanic brothers and sisters, like in Puerto Rico and Central America and South America, they went through the same thing 100,000 years before we did. They went through exact same slavery. That's how we ended up here in America. When God gave you the land of Haiti so you could be blessed to be fruitful. But how did we end up in America together as slaves? This is not our homeland. I come from Jerusalem, that's my homeland, but I've never been back there. I've never seen them Africans that put us in slavery. But when we understand who we are as a people, learn our history, we're going to change all that.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 5. Simeon and Levi are brothers in instruments of cruelty.
Instruments of what?
Instruments of cruelty are in their habitation.
The Bible just said, instruments of cruelty. You know what cruel is? Like, let's say, for example, if I cut your head off and put it on a gallows and hang it up so everybody can see, that's cruel, ain't it? But our people today use voodoo. They use blood, they use fingers, they use animals, and they make all these little dolls and they make all these little charms and stuff, right? They light candles. The Bible says instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. But it ain't just the Haitians. Dominicans do the same thing, don't they? Voodoo Haria. God said we're not supposed to be doing it. This is how we know who you are prophetically. Deuteronomy, give me Jeremiah 17:4. The reason why y'all think y'all Haitians today, because the French, when they conquered the land, they told you you're Haitian.
Right.
That's why you think you're Haitian. But God said you are a Levite. Watch this, read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself,
Even yourself, read.
shall discontinue from thine heritage.
You know what it means to discontinue? Like when they make certain iPhones, they discontinue those iPhones, meaning they don't make them no more. God said you won't know who you are as a people anymore. The only way the Israelites are going to know that they're Israelites is if we come out to the streets and we have these conversations with our brothers, Junior. That's the only way we're going to come back to the understanding that we God's chosen people. But knowing that, do that make sense, the history that I just went over? Knowing that, Junior, what do you think God requires of us as black men in slavery without chains on in America today? What does God require of us? Do y'all know? Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. God got a message for you. God got a message for you. 6 years ago, God chose me to change my life and to be an example for brothers like y'all.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
I used to smoke weed. I used to have multiple women. I used to be in a fraternity in college. I did all of that type of stuff. I used to steal. I used to rob people. I did whatever because I did what fulfilled my lust. We do what makes us feel good, but we need to know how to please God, because at the end of the day, when you die, when I die, when we all die, we got to answer for the way that we live our life. And God gonna open this book and gonna be like, you rejected that, and you had the opportunity to change your life when it was brought to you. Watch this, come on, read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12.
Come on.
And now Israel.
And now, knowing that you from the tribe of Levi, that's not the only thing. Yes, you should walk around saying, no, I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Levi. I'm not a Haitian. Yes, you should walk around with that pride. But that's not the only thing. It's more to that. Read.
Come on. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
What does God require of you? Come on.
But to fear the Lord thy God,
Read.
to walk in all his ways.
To walk in all his ways. In order for you to understand how you got to walk in God's ways, what must you do first?
Read the Bible.
Can you just start following God when I read it? No. Exactly. And then, it's a lot of stuff in here you probably never heard. Like you never knew that your history of Simeon and Levi, the Haitians and the Dominicans, is in the Bible. So how are you going to understand what's in the Bible if nobody ever gives you the proper understanding? Because have y'all ever went to Christian church? They never opened this book when I was in the Christian church. I was a faithful Christian. I gave my tithes, I showed up on time, and I tried to participate, but the church ain't did nothing for me. But what the church did was bought the pastor a new suit. What the church did was lie to me and telling me that if I get dunked in the water, then I can be saved. But it's not about being dunked in the water, because if you're a murderer today and you get baptized, Is that going to change you from being a murderer tomorrow? Hell no, it's just water. Just like when you dirty and you go take a shower, that's the only purpose of the water. God is trying to let us know it's something that we actually got to do. Come on.
And to love him.
To love him.
And to serve the Lord thy God.
Come on.
With all thy heart
Read.
and with all thy soul.
With all your heart and all your soul. Watch, I'm trying to get to a point. Read.
To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command you this day, for thy good.
For what?
For thy good.
So after you understand you're an Israelite from the tribe of Levi, he said, you got to keep my commandments. It's for your good. For my good. I'm keeping God's commandments. I'm wearing fringes. I stopped having sex with multiple women. I got me a wife. I'm raising my kids. I got a job. I'm trying to get a house. I'm doing the same thing that all of us black men struggling to do. But it's a lot easier when you got your brothers around you.
Right.
Because when you fall, who gonna pick you up?
Bring it up.
If you ain't got brothers around you who gonna correct you and tell you, brother, stop doing that. Get a wife. Stop going to the club on the weekend. You need to come to the school so you can learn. Hebrews 10:25. God got a message for you, bro. And I'm telling you, don't get us confused with the Christian church. We out here to save souls. That's our only mission. Because we tired of living in Pine Hills. We tired of living in Chicago. We tired of living in Puerto Rico. The communities that we live in, we don't want that thing no more. Understand that, my sister. What's going on?
All in mix.
Read what you got. Come here, sister.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 25. Not forsaking the assembling of yourselves together.
You hear that, bro? The Bible says, not forsaking the assembly. You know what assembly is?
Yeah.
What is it? Exactly. Read it again.
Not forsaking the assembling of yourselves together,
Read.
as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another.
I'm gonna exhort you. That flyer you got, I'm gonna exhort you to follow us on YouTube. I'm gonna exhort you to call the number and say, hey, I want to learn more about my history. I want to get into the fight. I want to help my people. Because the Black Panthers tried. What happened to the Black Panthers? In the 80s, they put the white woman in. Now the white woman got infiltrated the Black Panther movement, and then you had all these CIA agents. You don't see the Black Panthers no more. What happened during the Civil Rights era? They killed Martin Luther King. They killed Malcolm X. All of our political leaders that try to stand up for our people, what happened to them? You know, historically, sister, what happened to all the black men that tried to stand up for our people in history? They died, but how? They were murdered.
Right.
They were murdered. But we got the Bible. We got God's laws. We got the true understanding. I'm going to tell you, this is the last time we got to go through this. If you really want to change the way we live, this is going to be the last time. God ain't going to keep allowing this to happen to his chosen people. But it starts with you. It starts with you correcting our sisters. Give me that. It starts with, I need some water. It starts with us gathering together.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word